All right, and we're back with another episode of the Chicken Boys podcast. I am your host, Travis, joined here with Andy, the other co-host.
What's going on, everyone?
How you doing, Andy? Doing
good,
all right?
Good. We're duo. We're two-man tonight.
Two-man tonight. The other guys are busy, which is fine.
Pippin and Jordan.
Pippin and Jordan right here, little dynamic duo. I almost had my flu game this week, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, dude. I was sick. I thought I was gonna die. I'm a hypochondriac. Like, I haven't told you this before.
Oh, like if you get sick, it's like
I feel like
really
it's the end of
bad.
the world.
Yeah.
So like I got, I guess what was just a an allergy. Like my nose was running, I was coughing, my eyes were watering, and I started Googling my symptoms, which you never do.
Mm-hmm.
But I know not to do it, but I did. And like I started feeling like little flutters in my heart. Like my heart was fluttering, and I was like, so I checked it on my Apple Watch, and it was a little different. It
Your
didn't
heart
say,
rate?
it was high because I was stressing myself out. But for a few days I was having that, so I was like, man, I'm gonna die. I have a heart disease, and I'm gonna die. But I called my mom, talked to her, and she always like puts me in the right direction. But
Wow.
anyway, all that to say, I thought I was gonna die, but here I am. I'm fine. No more heart flutters. But yeah, how was your week? I know last week your bed broke.
Yes, we fixed it.
You fixed it.
We had my wife and I recently moved. So when we moved, it happened the first time we moved to our second apartment. Phil was there with me. A piece of the wood frame, like on the side, so not the actual bed, not the actual like head post, but on the side of the bed, piece of the wood inside broke, but it's covered with like their gray coloring, stapled on material, so you can't get into it and just fix it and replace it. You have to get that whole part replaced. But this bed frame we had since we got married from Amazon, from our wedding wish list or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, this is probably past time to get a warranty or return or something.
Yeah.
So I contacted, rather than Amazon, I contacted the actual company, the brand that sold it on Amazon, and they were like really nice, super helpful. But they said it's difficult for them just to send a piece on the side of the bed, like just that one piece in the mail, because they would have to take it out of a brand new complete set. So they sent us the whole entire new bed frame.
Really?
But they didn't allow us to keep it.
Oh.
So they're like, we'll send you a whole entire new thing, big giant box that's like heavy as can be, from FedEx. Take out the pieces you need to fix your bed. If you have anything else too, you might as well, like I changed the legs while I was at it, get some fresh new legs on it, and then put the old broken ones back in the box, and then FedEx will have to come for you to return it back. Wow. So it was like a whole process with them. Like they send the label in the email, and you have to show them and circle on the paper which part it was, everything, the screws, and so it was a little process because you can't just quickly take it off and put a new one on. You have to take the whole mattress off and everything. Otherwise, so we got it done. It wasn't like, it was my side of the bed where I lay, and it was kind of like dented in, like caved in. So it wasn't broken yet, but it was close. If you jump on it or sit on it just a little bit, it probably would have broken. Yeah. So it's all good now though.
That's good. Did they charge you the price of a full bed?
No, they didn't charge me anything to get the new piece. Nothing. Yeah, and they even to return ship it and everything, they had it covered. So this company was awesome. I wasn't expecting that because it was past the 2-year warranty. Yeah. And then it's also a random, like almost like a Chinese brand. Like, is this going to be legit? Is it good? But no, it was. Oh. Yeah, it's called Zinus or Zenus, Zinus or Zenus. I forget. Never heard of it. We just saw a good deal, and it was still good quality from when we bought it. Yeah. Good reviews. And so. Okay. I left them a pretty good review the other day because it was really good customer service. Yeah.
That's good.
But we're good now.
That explains it. When you first said it, I'm like, what on earth?
Yeah, it's kind of random. Your bed broke? What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, and it would have been easy if we had a simple bed frame. But since it's all those pieces and parts and tools that we had to have, you have to use a certain Allen wrench it's their branded Allen wrench, because a regular Allen wrench wasn't fitting in it.
Really? So it was like special tool that they had?
So I had to wait for So it could have been a lot easier than it was, but we're good now.
At least you got it done. Yeah.
So we got a new table from Marketplace, like a kitchen table. You saw we didn't have a TV stand for a little bit, but we got one of those. Just furniture and stuff. So Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
Good finds. Good
Our
finds.
our guest room right now I use for eBay reselling and stuff.
Yeah.
And Spencer, he's a guy at our church. For those that know, he's a legend. And him and Doug, they helped me put a board up on the wall that I use for photos. So
Nice.
it's we're starting to upgrade some stuff that we need done that we've just pushed off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Upgrades for your
our
selling business.
for that, and then also just for our home. Like
Okay.
like a table. Our last place it was big enough for one, but we had an IKEA cheap
Oh yeah.
like fake wood table
Yeah.
that we sold for the same price we got it for. So we just used that money towards another one. So yeah, little upgrades like that. Nothing major. Washer and dryer. We didn't have that at our last place. So things like that.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's all coming together. It's
Yeah.
good. We were talking before the show, but we won't make this a super long episode just because we got you got some big things this week. You're taking the guys and girls. How many are signed up?
Yeah, we have 10 teens.
10 teens going to church camp.
Yes.
And it's up in Michigan.
Yep.
Right. It's pretty exciting. 10. How many went last year?
Yeah, we doubled. Yeah, we had 5 last year.
Man.
So now we got 10 going. Last year we brought 5 teens and 2 kids.
Oh, okay, like little kids.
Right. But this year it was cool. I'm glad they went, and I'm sure they really enjoyed it. But since we had more teens signed up, we're getting full with the van we're using. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, but that was my goal to double it from 5 to 10. So we had 11 registered, but one has baseball same week, like games and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's one of their better players, can't take off. So
makes sense.
We're down to back to regular 10.
Well, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, no, we're excited, man. Yeah.
A little bit of a drive though. You're leaving tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah.
This is a Sunday. We're recording this.
Yeah,
so.
it's like a 5.5 hour drive, but we'll stop with them for lunch and gas. So probably around 6 hours. Yeah.
That's cool.
Try to be quick, but it's not too bad. So you drive a lot for work?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is like long distance for you driving? How long?
Distance.
How long is long for you? I can say, dude, 3 hours driving, dude, that's long. For you, it'd be, you know what I mean? For me, it's, for instance, where my wife is from in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's like the pinnacle. If it was longer than that, I'd struggle. And it's like 6.5 hours.
Yeah. 6 hours like, in one
if it's
sitting.
if it's like 7 hours, I'd struggle. So 5.5 at camp's not too bad, but
I would say that. I mean, most of the time I'm gone. I'm like there and back in one day. And I would say long is like 4 hours. Like sometimes I get up and I have to drive to like Illinois, like right across the border of Indiana. So like Evansville, Indiana. Sometimes I drive there. Like I was actually there Friday. So I got up at like 4:45, left the house by like 5, and I was out in Evansville. It's like a 3 hour and 45-minute drive, almost 4 hours. Wow. So I did that. I do that on occasion. Sometimes I just go to Louisville, which is a 2 hour drive, which is a shorter of that. That's like, to me, that's almost nothing. And like an hour drive is simple. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you though. 6 hours, if I'm driving 6 hours sitting still for 6 hours, that's like reaching my max.
Okay.
That's
like, I like asking people what they're, because when we helped you guys move back here, that was 7.5, 8?
8 hours.
Yeah. That was pretty tough too.
And we did that all the time.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah, because I remember we were excited to help you guys, but I was like, man, this is going to be a long drive. Yeah, It was. It was cool, though.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, church camp, I talked to you, like, we want to talk about a few stories.
Yeah.
I have one that, it's like not crazy stories, but it's just like random things. But I love church camp growing up. We went a lot, which was strange, but we went a lot up until my 10th grade year, because my 10th grade year I switched churches. I went to Pastor Skelly's church.
Yeah.
And when we started going to that church, it was the summertime and they were actually on church camp. So I didn't go my 10th grade year. My 11th grade year, I hurt my knee and I had that ACL surgery. So I decided not to go. And then my 12th grade year, we didn't have camp. We went to a youth conference instead. So I didn't go to camp.
Wow. So you had a few years gap without going. Yeah.
Yeah. So for 3 years, my 3 like older years, I didn't go. But one story I have of the church camp that we went to at my old church, we played Monday night tackle football. I don't know why, but like they let us just all out tackle football, no pads, none of that. and there was this kid. His name was Zeb, and he was a homeschool kid. But he was.
I was gonna guess that, by the way.
Yes. He was a nice kid. He was a nice kid, but you knew he was homeschooled. And he liked this girl that everybody was trying to get me to like. Like they were it was a small church, and so they were always trying to play like match. Even though we were like 7th, 8th graders, they were kind of like, oh,
always date camp is what I call it. Yeah, there's always couples at camp.
And so that game was going on, and she was a nice girl. I had no interest in her. To be honest, I was just like, I just want to be here for camp.
Yeah.
And so, but he thought that I liked her, and he liked her, like, for sure. And so he was kind of like trying to prove himself around me. And he was old. He was a year or two older than me, so he was bigger. And so we ended up on opposite teams, and it was like on a kickoff. Kicked it off to him, and he got the ball, and he was running down the sideline, and he was running, and I was coming at him, not head on, but kind of across the field. And we were kind of just running, and I met him. It was like we got within like 10 feet of each other, and I'm running, he's running, and I'm like, well, one of us is gonna like get hurt. Yeah. And I'm like, it can't be me. Yeah. And I wasn't gonna wrap him up, because if I tried to wrap him up, he would probably, his knee or his leg would hit me, or he'd stiff arm me. And this kid, he was an Eagle fan too, so it made it 10 times
the rivalry. Yeah.
He had he would bring out new gloves for this game, because we played every year.
Sweat.
Yeah, he was a sweat. He was a tryhard.
Sweat.
And like he tucked in his Eagle t-shirt into his pants, dude. He wore jeans with a belt.
This is a Christian camp.
Christian camp.
Yep. This sounds like it.
It was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the kind of kid. I didn't wear that. I didn't wear that get up. I dressed like I guess I dressed
gym
like
clothes.
Gym clothes, yeah. But I wasn't that level of Christian church.
That's like Bible camp compared to Christian camp.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And so we were running, we were coming together, and I'm like, I turned my shoulder into him, and I hit him like super hard, and I kind of spun around, but I knocked him like on the ground, and he went sliding like, I don't know, like 5 or 8 feet.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how hard of a hit it was, but one of the refs was he was a guy I knew. But he helped out in the church, and he looked up at me, and he was like, "Oh, dude!" And he like started laughing.
No.
And my teammates came over, and they were like, "Yeah,
hyping you up."
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah,
big hit."
And I'm looking around, and I'm like, and I look to my right, and I see the sideline where I hit him, and then I'm standing like a couple feet out of bounds from that, and then I look to my left, and he's over there, and I'm like, "Man, I must have really hit him."
Wow, you knocked him.
And yeah, and then like afterwards, and we finished the game. I honestly don't remember who won. I think we did, but I'm biased. And then like after the match in the showers, like my chest hurt.
Yeah.
And like my whole right side just
the
hurt
adrenaline
from me just hitting him, dude. But it was nice. It was nice.
I say I can't believe it, but I can believe that a camp like that would do tackle football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We were rough. I have a few other stories, but jeez. I mean, I'll let you go. But that church camp was legit. It was fun.
Yeah, I have a lot of stories. I won't do them all, obviously. Yeah. But I grew up going to camp. My church would go to summer camp. Every summer we go to one that was at Pensacola. It's about PCC.
Yeah.
They have Teen Extreme, awesome camp. I think that's about 6 hours from our church. Then there's also a tiny little like Bible camp, maybe 45 minutes away. And so I think sometimes they would take juniors to that one and then teens to Teen Extreme. But some years I'd go to both, like to help out and stuff. So there's always usually twice a summer going to some type of camp. Then at a previous church before that, they had a Bible camp we went to. It's a Church of Christ, but it was super fun. That camp was great. But anyway, so from 9th grade till even 2 years after college, I went all 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th as high schooler. And then when I returned as a counselor with our group, and then the next year again as a counselor with our group. So I have, pretty, I guess, good experience with camp stories. I love camp. And one though I could think of was what I just referenced to it. It's called date camp. I'm sure people have called it that before, but me and a friend, Michael, we feel like we like created that because of 1 week at camp. I think we were either in 11th grade or seniors, one or the other, but it was constant. Every day, a couple from a different church would be all over each other. It's like, you're not there for camp, you're there to date.
Yeah.
And no matter where, it was ironic because, you see him, whatever, everywhere we went, me and him, there they were. We go to breakfast early before our group.
This one particular couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
We couldn't escape them. We went to breakfast early in the morning. They're like in the corner. And then our teams, of course, we were put on the same team as them. This camp is huge, and it has a red, blue, green, and orange team. They were put on the same team as us. I was like, of course, out of what are the odds? They're in like the same row as us. Everywhere we went, basically, we were seeing them everywhere. Yeah. So we started like chanting date camp when they're around, like see if they hear us or notice or anything. It got to the point where at the end of the week, I could be paraphrasing it, but I'm imagining it. We're all in the gym, and they do times where you're hyping up your team colors, you're getting ready for the game time. And I think instead of us chanting like Team Blue or Blue, 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 we're all chanting date camp because at them, like chanting at them rather than with them. Oh, it was so funny. But you had to be there type of moment for that one. Another one was kind of with sports, like you were saying, but it was when I went back as a counselor when I was a college student. At this point was when I was playing basketball at West Coast. Okay. So I was in really best basketball, I guess, skills I was ever at was at this time. Yeah. In best shape of my life. And we went back, my brother, and he had one other friend. He was younger, maybe 8th or 9th grade, but he had a 3-on-3 basketball tournament that they let staff play in. So if you're like a youth pastor or leader, like me, a counselor, you can play with a group from your church and versus other schools and churches or whatever had groups. In the first game, we were versus a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. We were facing a team. I forget where they're from, 3 of them, but they were all high schoolers. And I like dominated them. It was, and so then after that, because it was like a quick game to 11, it was like 11-2. But it wasn't like, oh man, look at me, I'm so good. I was actually just hot. I was hitting everything. I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Was this like was this after your sophomore or freshman year?
After freshman year of college.
So it was between freshman and sophomore.
Yeah, so I was going into sophomore year. And I knew, I was like, I shouldn't have done that because they were really double teaming my brother Gabe. Like, I was like, this is on them. Like, he couldn't get around them and score. I was trying to let them do it at first, but they kept missing everything on my team. Yeah. We were down a little bit, like 2-0. So I was like, all right. So I just flipped into gear, 11-0 run. And then the guy running the camp came over like, oh, you're not allowed to play. Like, you can't. Yeah, so that's like a proud moment. Like, they didn't let me play because I don't know if.
Because you were just taking it over.
And so I was like, well, you got to tell that to the other churches. They're like, well, we're used to the older people playing, the youth pastor vibes. Like, they weren't used to an actual basketball player from West Coast playing. So it was funny. So we joked about they didn't let me play because I was from West Coast, not because of. Oh, that's what I think. Yeah, joking with them. But yeah. So that was a fun moment. But we have so many other stories. At that same camp, one of our guys jumped into like a pond. Like, they said not to go in, and he jumped in it. It was so funny. So just kind of cutting up moments like that.
Random, yeah.
Camp's so cool. Yeah, random though, like you said, super random.
Yeah, and a lot of the fun is just doing stuff like that, random, just weird things. Yeah, I'm not saying disobey, but some stuff like that is fun.
But you gotta have some fun. Yeah,
we would so it was another tackle football thing, but we played. I wasn't there playing with it because I was like, I don't want to break my leg or die. But it was with the camp counselors too, so kind of like this basketball thing. But there wasn't as much like notoriety though. It wasn't as organized as like a PCC or anything like that. But they were playing, and they said, and this was all told to me afterwards because I wasn't there. I think I was playing like ping pong or something. But one of the guys, and he was a counselor. They went at each other, and it's tackle. So I don't know how it happened, but they hit each other, and you heard this loud crack, like somebody was snapped a twig, just crack. Oh, and one of the guys was laying there on the ground. He gets up and he's like looking around. He's like, I feel okay. What's going on? And he looked at the other guy that he hit. He turned over and picked his leg up. He rolled his leg like this. So like his foot was sticking straight up. Mm-hmm. And then his foot just slouched to the left. and it like hit the ground, and he snapped his what bone is this? Not your femur, but like your tibia,
MCL?
fibula.
No,
It's not a ligament, like,
Okay.
but like this part below your knee. He snapped it like clean in half, basically, and I think he still has a rod in it to this day.
Whoa.
He had to go, like an ambulance came. That's how everybody knew it was going on. An ambulance had to get called to the camp, and this was like a camp. We were out in the woods, on this property that was owned, I think, by a college. But they had to call out the ambulance, so that everybody was like, "What's going on?" And so they told the story. But like, that was nasty to see, because I saw him like briefly after it happened, and like his leg being it was almost like when Paul George broke his leg.
That's what I was thinking in my mind.
But his went like at a right angle.
Uh-huh.
I think his bone kind of twisted somehow, because like it didn't break the skin, but his foot was just flopping, dude. It was unbelievable. And I'm like, that is exactly why I wasn't playing this game as a 8th grader. But
jeez,
that was. And then there's some things that I can't say we did. It wasn't immoral.
Yeah.
But I just don't want it on the podcast.
Right. Yeah. No, there's plenty of those for sure.
But
so funny, man.
Yeah. But anyway, we also wanted to talk, I guess maybe a little bit more serious though, was so you helped out you went to Bible college, you went to West Coast,
mm-hmm.
and you started helping out, taking the camp kids to camp, mm-hmm. your freshman to sophomore year. And obviously for what you went to college for, you had a heart for helping kids in ministry. And then even here at church, you're the outreach pastor. Is that your official title? But you also help with the teens.
Next gen now too as well. Yeah. Teens and kids. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And you head that up, and I help you with that too. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. But like, what started your this is, I guess, this is an Andy interview moment. So you're kind of on the spot after you preached tonight.
Yeah.
They brought that amazing. That was a good message too, by the way. But and you can ask me questions too. I don't want to put you all on the spot on this. But like, what brought you, or like, what decision? Where along the lines did you decide, like, I want to do this with my life. I want to help kids. I want to help teenagers.
Yeah. I mean, what we're talking about, I think of teen camp. That's honestly a lot to do with it.
Really? Okay. You mentioned that.
Yeah. So like when I went to teen camp as a camper, I first went just to have fun. There was a girl in the youth group I liked, and we're talking to, and so I was like, oh, well, she's going, I'm going, kind of thing. The whole reason I even started going to this church, my home church, was for this girl. So I was like, oh, that's the reason. But I think God used that to really get a hold of my heart, get a hold of my life, and to get my attention off of her was at teen camp, because you're separated, guys and girls, whatever. It's a big camp, a lot of people around, like, there's not really much time to, besides that story I told you, there's not date camp time at a camp like that, unless you really, really try. But in our church was good. Like, they had good rules and boundaries and everything.
It's good.
And I think they let me go for that reason. Like, we know why he's going, but I think God's going to do something in his life. It was so cool. Teen camp, just hearing good preaching was a big part of it, and surrendering to God's will, all those things, the typical answers. But I think that's when I kind of started to get a heart for teens, is when I went back to camp to help the teens. I would go back to my home church and preach at their high school chapels, youth group on Wednesday nights, kids club on Sunday mornings. Like, so I was helping out with the bus route at West Coast, but then the bus route at my home church in high school years. So I was always around kids, helped at VBS with skits and fun stuff. Always around teens, always like the leader of the youth group kind of thing. But it was really just kind of going back to minister unto them in a different perspective of, it's not just friend to friend or peer to peer, but it really was like a leadership position over them. Yeah. Where I was like, man, I remember when I was a teen and I needed that in my life, whether it was a youth pastor or a youth worker or a message that I heard, something that's how and when God got a hold of my life. I kind of want to be that impact and influence in someone else's life, not for me, but just to draw them closer to God. So that's probably why. I mean, obviously it's a calling. God does this, God does that, but it's really more of a burden and passion of mine. Because even before I came out here, I asked the pastor, he was like, well, we do already have a youth pastor. Phil was doing it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was open and okay with that. But I always had it in the back of my mind, like, I'd love to, even if he's there, I'm going to be all in and help him out with teens as much as I can,
Yeah.
you know? And so it's funny how the Lord works things out.
Move stuff around. Yeah.
So that's how I know this is of God, you know, because the fact that stuff was moved around and everything, you know. So we've been helping with teens, but youth pastor for a year and a half now at this point.
Okay.
So, yeah. And it kind of I'll transition to ask you, because I transitioned into the youth pastor here at around the time you were gone with Alyssa. And we had, I think, you know, Caden was here.
Yeah.
He was helping with Phil. And so I was kind of slowly like shadowing Phil to take it over. And then you came back like about 6 months later, I think, in the summertime.
Yeah.
But I remember helping you move when we went to Home Depot or something. I forget what it was. We were talking in the parking lot. And so maybe you can, I guess, expound on that, talk about teens a little bit and your passion for it.
So yeah, it was, I don't know what it was in particular, but I remember growing up as again, like 7th, 8th, 9th grade boy in school and in the youth group. There was this one kid that I looked up to like a lot, and his name was Bradley. And I thought he was like the coolest dude, coolest kid. And he was one of the like few guys that really stuck with it. He didn't just out and leave. He didn't just like graduate and leave and go like to the world, you know what I mean? Like he actually stuck around and he stayed around and helped. And he wasn't like a youth pastor. He went to PCC, I think, for a year or so, because I think his girlfriend went there. But he wasn't like he wasn't a pastor. He had a different job. He had a normal job or whatever. He was a layman, and he was just always there helping. And I always thought that was cool. And so at some point I kind of just made a decision, when I get old enough to be in a position of influence where there's younger kids looking up to me, I would like to be like this guy, what he was to me. And so that time came, and that was a large reason for me to stay back after graduating and kind of help out. Like I got a job too. I graduated, got a job, waited 2 years before I went to college. And during those 2 years, I helped out with, I was around the youth group. I didn't really have an official role in there, but I helped out. But I helped coach our flag football team where I graduated from, and the basketball team, and just sort of stayed around and helped out and hung out with the kids there, kind of hoping to be like that. And so, like, for whatever reason, I always had that not calling, but like that want to just help the younger kids, because I know what it's like to look up to kids and then they just out and leave. They leave the faith behind, or they just leave you behind, and they just don't want anything to do with you. So I just always wanted to help them out that way. And so I guess that led to obviously college. We had that little outreach at college that we each had to do. The athlete outreach, but helping out the kids there, still high schoolers, in a sports setting, helping them out. And then I knew once I left college, wherever I was going to go, I wanted to kind of plug into the church officially, which is something I didn't do before college. Not saying I was going to be like a pastor or anything, but yeah. And so obviously coming here, I helped out with Phil for a little before we left to Virginia. And then my time in Virginia, that was just a massive time of growing. But being there really just kind of, among many other things, showed me how much I missed like serving here in particular, but also serving in teens in a certain capacity that I do now. And so coming back here, moving back here, doing that, it was awesome being able to plug in and help you. It's fun. It's it's enjoyable to just be with them, and it's different here. The teens here, it's different from how I grew up, because how I grew up, and I'm not sure how you did, but a lot of our teen group, our parents went to the church. I think in large part because we had a school attached to it. So where there's a school, like if we had a school here, I'm sure a lot of the kids attending would come here. And so it's a little different. A lot of the kids, our teens here, are, I guess you could say, like from the van route that we pick
You're
up,
right. Yeah.
which is great.
Public school.
Public
Yeah,
school setting.
all
So
of
they're dealing with different things than we are,
Yeah.
than I did growing up. And but it's still awesome to just serve them and help them, be with them, and it it seems like they enjoy it. And obviously there's 10 of them going to
Yeah.
church camp, and like that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's just an awesome thing that God is doing here.
Right. Yeah, it's so cool, and that's part of the passion, is to see that growth and difference where, like, the identity crisis that they're in, we didn't face. If you're in a Christian school or your parents are going to church, and I was in a Christian school in 5th grade, but all the way through graduation. But my parents weren't in that church until after I started going in high school. So it was at that kind of that same level of, I am questioning, I am wondering, what is truth? I hear this at church, I hear this at chapel, but I also, teens are wanting to know the truth. Same with young adults today. That's the generation of phones, and they're isolated, and they're battling depression and anxiety. I mean, we can push them so far down where no one's there to reach out and pick them up. But with working in youth, you are that life source they need to Christ. We're not the Christ, but so it's great to just be that. I guess we bridge the gap. We're right in that middle to see it happen. And even like you were saying once, I think you were working late on a Wednesday night, and you weren't sure if you can make it, but you're like, I'm gonna do my best to be there even if I'm late. And I was like, no, dude, I mean, you're working crazy hours compared to what I'm doing. I'm here. This is what I'm doing, like teens. So like, I understand if you can't make it. Like we've talked about it. You're like, no, I want them to see, like, even leaders, because you remembered if a leader missed, or if a leader skipped, or if they weren't there. I mean, sickness and traveling and all that is one thing, but when you put that effort in to be here when you can, I mean, that's, like you were saying, it's fun, man. It puts the icing on the cake to like make it worth it. So with teen camp this week, we're excited, and a lot of them, it's going in differently, because last year the prayer was, I hope they accept Christ. But a lot of them now, after camp last year, or teens and getting baptized, have already done that. So
even through your messages through the year too.
Yeah, so it'd be really cool. Like, it'd be more, this year's now for like sanctification or surrender, and like to get back in and take that step of growth.
And I think now more than like ever, even when we went to camp, this was relevant, but even more now than ever is just the aspect of getting away from the world, and like putting your phones down. And because like when I was in high school going to camp, we had our phones, but we didn't have Instagram or Facebook. So like just getting them away from all the outside noise is just, it's probably the best thing for them to make that decision. Yeah,
it's you. I don't know the quote, but you hear about like you grow most when you're like uncomfortable, putting yourself in an uncomfortable position, and that's teens. Away from a screen is they're uncomfortable. Because even at school, I think now they do tablets or computers. Like, they're always by a screen. Yeah. Or a teacher uses a big projector monitor screen. So, they're not on their phone, sure, but they're by a screen all the time. All day, every day, especially in the summer when they're alone. So, like, this is uncomfortable or kind of fidgety. Maybe they go towards a phone without realizing it's not even in your pocket, And I do that sometimes, too. Check my phone when I just checked it, So, it's good to get away. And it's awesome.
Definitely. So we're coming up, I think, on the 50-minute mark.
Nice.
So and I know you need to get back and pack, right?
Yeah, I haven't packed yet. I'm quicker. Guys packing is a lot easier than girls packing. So
that is true.
Yeah, I don't have much.
That is true.
So
speaking of packing, so one time we traveled when I helped coach. This isn't related to church. But I was helping coach the flag football team where I graduated from, and we went to New Jersey for one of our tournaments. And we got to the hotel room. I think we got to the hotel room, played a few games. I didn't play, I was coaching. But we got back, and I opened up my duffel bag, and I didn't pack any underwear at all.
How long of a trip was it?
It was a weekend, so it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
So it wasn't terrible, but I was.
But if you're sweating or doing any type of and
it was hot out. It was fall time, and I was like, oh, this is not good. And I guess I could have went to Walmart or whatever,
Uh-huh.
but one of my friends, he was like, "Oh, here, I have extra," and he gave me like 3 extra pairs. I'm like,
Wow.
"Oh, thanks, bro." But
Man, what a friend.
but yeah, make sure you pack well, especially for camp.
Yeah.
Dude, I overpacked for camp
Oh yeah, you have
all
to.
the time. You have to.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I never even used that, but still, especially
Pack
with
it up.
sports services,
Mhm.
yeah, casual wear, sleepwear, like, yeah, gotta be ready.
For sure. You and your wife are going, right?
Mhm.
Do you guys have separate cabins up there? Like,
Yeah, they have a whole staff, that paid staff, summer staff for counselors that are
Yeah.
from different colleges, and they stay in the cabins with the teens. So then
they do. Okay.
yeah, so then the youth workers that came with your group are separate.
Okay.
Yeah, and which I kind of like. I like being with
Mhm.
them all day, hanging out, playing games, making a difference. But at night, I can use my sleep because you know how that is at night.
And it's like you said, it puts them in that not an uncomfortable position, but it's like the teens going are so used to you, and they're so used to like Kristen.
Yeah,
that it would be like
yeah.
like I don't know, like it's a cool setting that they put them with a counselor,
Right, they
that,
get close to
don't
someone
know.
else.
Yeah, and it's cool that they can maybe help them in other ways that me and you can't,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, and it works because they were asking me this year, like, oh, are we going to be with the same one? So
Oh, really?
they remember them, they know them, they want it. So it's really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they do a great job at that camp, how they hire and how they train them and all that. So it's good. Yeah.
Who's the speaker?
Thomas Shepard.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's about an hour and a half from here, 2 hours, Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. Well,
He has that podcast too.
he does.
It's a much better one than this one. It's a little bit more serious.
Yeah, his is great if you want to listen to it. Him and his wife do it. My wife Kristen helps them with their social media and stuff. So they're great friends of ours. We love them. They're great. So
They are
we're
good.
looking
He's a
forward
good-
to that.
He's a good pastor too. Good,
Yeah.
speaker.
Oh yeah.
But no, the kids will. Who did he speak last year for them?
Yeah, we went the same week.
Same week. Okay.
Yeah, and I only did that real quick. But when we went in high school, we went to the same speaker every year.
Mm.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's why I did it. Like I just remember
Mhm.
the nostalgia of looking forward to the same speaker every year.
Mhm.
Or it's the fact that I know him the best out of all the speakers, so I trust him, and I'll go to his week. I don't know. So, but depending on our schedule next year, we're open to. I'm sure all the other ones are great too. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I know he's good. So
That's cool. All right. Let's see here. I think that'll just about do it. We'll
Yeah.
wrap it up there. Quick one there. Thanks for talking about that. A little bit more serious of a one, but it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, if there's listeners out there that are part of a church, because we're Christians, so many of our
Mhm.
friends may already be a part of a church. It's a good reset for your teens, but maybe for you and your prayer and your perspective on the next generation. Like, oh yeah, God is doing something in their life, because like our church, teens may be separated a lot in their own group, in their own room or wherever setting in your church. So it's always good for a reminder for the church to keep the teens on your radar, to pray for them and really see an impact in their life. It's part of youth group on Wednesdays, but also moments like this, youth rallies and camp.
Yeah. Speaking of youth rallies, I'm excited for next year.
Yeah.
The plan for that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of steps I feel like our youth group's taking, and how it's gonna launch numerical but spiritual too. Like it's gonna be so cool.
For sure.
So we're excited.
For sure. It's cliche. You hear it all the time, but like God is not done with the next generation.
It's like we're like on the brink of like, I guess you call it revival or like breakout, like we're like on the border. Even I feel like as a church, like ready, like to burst through the scene with people, but not just to pack this place out and look at us, but like really just for what God's doing, like you said. Yeah.
And just know, even with all the bad going on, like there's still God's moving and working, and
it's still summer camp our adults went to, like it's so cool. It's the same product.
Yeah. It's awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening in.
Hopefully we didn't bore anyone.
Oh, well, hey, this is the gospel here.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah. If you don't like it, then sorry.
But no, yeah, thank you guys for listening. If like and subscribe, or give us a follow.
Yeah.
Share the video. Share if you think it'll be an encouragement to others, or But yeah, just share it. Tell others about us. Follow us on Instagram. Well, thank you guys. Andy, be safe.
Thanks.
We'll pray for you guys this week.
Yeah.
And hopefully next year I can go.
Yeah, dude.
I know
it
works out because
right
time off and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I get that. No, it'd be awesome to get to. That's what I was telling Kristen, to get to a point where we need more people.
yeah,
Like, I tell you a year in advance, like, dude, we need you next year because
Yeah.
of fill in the blank. I think that'd be cool.
That would
It's
be
a
cool.
good goal for ours. Yeah.
that would be cool. All right. We'll see you guys.
See
Thanks
y'all
for
later.
listening. Bye.